I'm Himanshu from MakersBox, and we are at Josh Talks, and it was a mad 2 days, and we had lots of fun, and we ran into Team Indus today, and this is Justin. Hi, Justin.
Hey, Justin.
Hello, hey Himanshu. Hello, everyone.
So yeah, Justin, could you just share what you guys doing here? All right.
Yeah, so I work with Team Indus. We are an aerospace tech startup, and we're building a mission to the moon. We are looking to take off in December 2017. We're competing in something called the Google Lunar X Prize, which requires us to land on the moon, travel 500 meters, and send back high definition media back to Earth. And so we are India's only entry into the competition, and we hope to, make this country proud when we land on the moon.
That's great to hear. And this thing caught my eye. So could you just tell us what this is all about?
So meet Indy. Let's probably get her from forward over here. So Indy is our rover. So Indy is the one that will be landing on the moon. So actually a spacecraft will land on the moon. Indy is in the spacecraft. It will deploy Indy onto the surface of the moon. So this is what's going to travel 500 meters. It's a robot, okay? She's solar powered. She runs on an independent four-wheel drive. Each one is an aluminum metal wheels with, you have these groves, and that's because the lunar surface is really, really dusty. So in order for it to move and get traction, we needed to create these groves. It's also got a fantastic set of eyes in this camera over here. And this is so that we can plan our route when we travel across the moon. Because there's a lot of craters, there's a lot of rocks, and we want to make sure we can complete that 500 meters. So this is what Indy is all about.
Okay. Could I have a quick word as to how will you gonna remotely control this?
Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, we have a spacecraft. So the spacecraft is going to land on the moon, and this is where Indy comes out of the spacecraft. So on the moon, what we're going to do is Indy is going to communicate with the spacecraft,
Okay.
and the spacecraft is going to communicate with Earth. So we are going to be using, a communication system. Thankfully, you have a Tata which has a massive communication network. So we can't build the communication network ourselves, so we make use of it, and that helps us transmit data from our ground station to and from the lander. And so there is X band, S band, which hopefully y'all will learn at some point of time.
Sure.
That's what will help us communicate with
That's great. Okay, all right. Another thing. So the rocket that you are, it's because you need to deploy it on Mars.
Absolutely.
So the rocket, is ISRO helping you guys out, or are you working simultaneously on the rocket too, or are you just concentrating on the bot side?
Okay, so we are building spacecraft plus rover, but we don't have a launch vehicle of our own.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is definitely, given that ISRO is our neighbor in Bangalore and we derive a lot of inspiration from them, what we want to do is we want to ideally put our spacecraft on a PSLV. So obviously that is something that is in the works. We haven't got a verified launch contract just yet, but it's in the works. And what we'll be doing is, later on in 2017 December, hopefully at that time we'll be ready for launch, and that's how we're going to reach the moon.
All right. Thank you, Justin. And
Thank you so much.
all the best.
Thank
We
you.
hope that you make us proud, India proud, and it takes us one step further towards India's whole man on the moon thing.
Yes, and yes, this will be the first Indian on the moon, and we are very happy to be a part of it. And I think for all you kids out there who are building stuff today through MakersBox, we hope that someday you'll also be building missions to Mars, Jupiter, wherever it is. The world is only so big, and it can contain your ideas only so much. You have to think outside of it. And that's what I wish you the best.